That's a really, really awesome point, and that hits the nail on the head. So of course, all 4 years of high school are really important, but in your junior year, you apply to colleges in your fall of your senior year, so that's the last round of grades that you have to show colleges how committed you are to your work, okay? And so that's why that's important. When colleges are looking at your transcript, yes, they're looking at your grades, yes, they're looking at your rigor, but they're also looking at trends, all right? So let's say you enter a school in your first year, let's say you get a C freshman year, or even a D freshman year, and that's really scary for you. What's going to be more important for colleges is to see that your grades are improving every year after that. Okay. You want to make sure, or you want to try your best to establish a positive grade trend. Earning a D in your junior year is doing the opposite. It means you're establishing a negative grade trend, and colleges might be worried that senioritis kicked in early for you and that you're not going to be invested in your work. All right? So let's say you emailed the admission representative to ask questions and to tell them about your interest in their school, so demonstrated interest like we talked about before. And in the case of a student who got a D, you offered an explanation of that grade. Move up one space.
So master's is kind of like you can focus on something, but with your doctorate, it would be like a lawyer, a doctor, so that has like something that you practice. So when you go to your master's, you can either develop a little bit further into your bachelor, so you can choose a different one, but you would kind of like study, it's more like a general study of things, and rather when you're getting your professional degree, you have a focus on it, and not only do you have a focus on it, but you practice it as well. So when you think about a doctor or a lawyer, you think about the things that they do, and it's really focused on their area. Does that make sense a little bit?
So it's all about the importance of financing and paying attention to the different things that can provide you with money. Now, once you get that money, you have to be mindful of your money with the budget. You have to figure out what you want to do with your money, and I want to tell you another way that you can make your money grow or get it back is by investing in charitable endeavors, okay? So when you get money and you invest in charitable endeavors, you get your money back. Because government is like, thank you for helping us make a better place. Thank you. So this is why it's important for you to stay abreast of different things. How many of you follow politics?
Yes.
Okay, good, because your politics affects your money, okay? It affects your money. Who's in office, what they're doing, it affects your money in all kinds of ways, okay? Your whole entire life. And these are things that we don't learn. We think we can just go and prance around.
That trauma, things that happen to us are stored in our body. So has anyone ever gone through anything and had like an experience of, let's say you have an argument or a fight, what are some of the things that happens in your body when that happens? Yes.
I start to cry.
You start to cry. Okay.
Like my body gets in.
Yes. Your heart rate might change. Yeah. Yes.
He's a pretty pleasant guy, but the face gets a little eyebrows and then it looks like
So your physical appearance changes. I'm going to invite you either to close your eyes or to find a point in the middle of the table to look at. Then I'm going to ask you to feel the weight of your body in your chair.
If someone in your family, specifically your mother or father, suffers with depression, you are 2 times more likely to get it. Okay? I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's what statistics say. If a family member had ADHD, you're likely to have it. Not likely, it's a 50% chance that you'll have it. Same thing with bipolar disorder, as well as schizophrenia. Who knows what schizophrenia is?
So you got like multiple personalities.
Kinda. When you what? So you can hear voices when you have schizophrenia, and that's considered delusions. Anything else? Anything else about schizophrenia? Okay, no. So number 1 risk factor is genetics. Another risk factor is environment. why might environment play a role in the development of a mental health disorder?
Because that's where you just surround yourself every day, so you're going to be accustomed to what you're picking up on, whether it's good or bad.
Okay, young man, you got your phone out? I'm gonna need you to put it away. Thank you. Anybody else? Why would the environment contribute to developing a mental health disorder? Okay. Think about, go ahead.
I feel like if you're not in the right environment, it can bring you down more. So if you're around positive people, it could be more positive. If you're around a lot of negative people, things and
Absolutely.
Okay, so the whole topic of today is about energy and sustainability. So when you guys hear the word energy, what do you think of? Too many greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And what that does is it traps heat into the earth. So not enough heat is escaping from the earth. And that's when they talk about the greenhouse effect or climate change or global warming. It's because there's too much CO2 up here and it's just trapping all of the heat from here. Most of the CO2 that's created comes from what? Correct, so where is most of that coming from? You would think, right? You think that most of it's coming from natural resources, then this island over here in the Bermuda Triangle. So that's why your pieces aren't always going to be the same. Your sources of energy in different states in the United States are not always equal, okay? So they may have had a bit of an advantage in this round because we were not considering CO2.
So you can start off as a musician, as a drummer, right? Just like you can start off as a rapper. But then you have to be successful as a rapper first before somebody takes you serious as a label head, or as a, you know what I'm saying? You almost have to conquer this first. So and I haven't conquered being a drummer, but I have some names on my resume to say, okay, obviously this guy knows what he's doing. So when I present a record to an artist that I produce, they may take it more serious because of the work that precedes it. Back to my point, it's all about putting in work.
What are some of your biggest sacrifices?
You know, we just talked about being away from family, and not making money the traditional way. You know what I mean? It's like my income changes from maybe tourist season is usually like March to October. Holidays, things slow down. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to buy a house, and you go in there with your check stubs or whatever, and they say, wow, man, this is great. You made this amount of money from March to October, but from November to January, you weren't working. So where's the steady income? You know what I'm saying? Like, which means that kids, if you want to do this, you got to save your money.
You take what it means? You should study that for me. Can you do that next time you get one? There's something on there called FICA, for example. You ever heard of that? FICA, F-I-C-A. You'll notice deductions. You notice that up here is one number, maybe 600, but down here your paycheck is what? Is it higher or lower? Right, it's 400, right? What's the difference? Taxes and other items as well. Understand why those taxes are being taken out of your paycheck. Make sure you're focused on how you're spending your money. Don't take that $400, go eat, buy a bunch of clothes immediately. You still have school expenses. And what we're going to talk about today is how you save and invest money. And buying stock is just one way to do that. You work on that every night. Solve your problems with money. The way you manage $10 is the same way you'll manage $100, is the same way you'll manage $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. You guys ready? So the functional gift I decided to buy her last year was stock in a company. I'll explain what that is. And I bought her stock in Nike, Apple, and Disney. But to explain to her what that meant, I walked her into each store on Michigan Avenue and I said, hey, this is your store now. Everything in here is yours. The shoes, the balls, the shirts, the computers, the phones, the toys, the dolls, the dresses, the princesses, the movies. Everything in here is yours. The people in here work for you now because you're a shareholder. She says, cool. Do I get free stuff now, Uncle Ren? I said, doesn't quite work that way, kids. But then she asked, well, do I make money when people buy stuff? I said, you kind of do. Let's talk about that. Then next week, she said, Uncle Ren, I want some more stock. I said, what do you want? She says, I want some Starbucks. Like, what kind of 8-year-old asks for Starbucks stock? She goes, well, I saw that they were up today, and my mommy buys coffee from there all the time. 8 years old, guys. 8 years old.
I like to give people warnings before I do, because I told you guys I am not the average speaker. All right, in this session, we're gonna have some real talk. We're actually gonna write down some insecurities, and later on in today's presentation, we're going to share them with everybody. Yeah, because that's the thing. We're trying to turn our self-doubt into something that's so dope. So a lot of those things that we think about, that we don't tell anybody about, that we go through, we're going to share those so we can finally be liberated. So once again, this is your warning. If you're not willing to free yourself from past situations, you might want to go into a different session. Because I'm a different dude. Some of us had papers due we didn't even start on until the night before. It's procrastination. Look, now you understand, I get it. Here's how procrastination leads to doubt, right? You either feel like you're not good enough, so you keep pushing something off, or you feel like you're too good, and so you wait. This is why we procrastinate. And a lot of us, especially in our generation, we're millennials, right? I'm only 24. We have this, it is what it is mentality. Well, you know what, I'm going to just turn it in. I'm not going to do it early for my teacher to look over it so I can go back, because I don't like going back. Your GPA, if anybody ever told you you're not smart because of what your GPA is right now, write them off. Respect. Write them off. It's about your circumstances. But we have to be able to overcome those circumstances. Something else people our age have doubts about. Our image.
So, isn't that interesting? Put it into perspective. There is nothing, as Maya Angelou would say, there is nothing that I can't do, and there is nothing that I won't do. I will be successful. So, I mean, it doesn't say that. There is nothing that can stop you. It is only your mentality. You'll realize it. So then you need other figures in your life to tell you not what's right or wrong, because who's to say what's right or wrong? Who's to say what's right for you, what's wrong for you?
So like your own set of personal morals.
Yes. You have to set your own personal morals and make sure that you find an institution that matches those, right? Making sure that you find friendships that are unlike the friends that you would normally have. A lot of friends that I have, they don't look like me in terms of color. And that's okay. But I think that I do have a lot of friends that look just like me. And it's a bond. And learn to create bonds with people that are unlike you. Because that is what's going to take you far.
Right? So I jump. You have a responsibility to take the jump when it's presented to you. If a scholarship comes your way, you got to take it. If an opportunity comes up like today, to come and meet different people, because one of the things I want to talk about is the network, right? So you can have passion, dreams, but don't have the right connections, and then the whole thing gets wiped away, right? Because you only surrounding yourself around the same people who are in your current situation, right? So number one, your purpose cannot be about making money. It cannot be about making money. Your gift will make room for you, and wherever it goes, it shall prosper. Prosper financially, prosper in peace and good life, well-being. People go to work every single day. In most cases, many of our parents work every day with jobs they absolutely hate. Absolutely hate. And then they come home and complain about it. But guess what? They go back for at least 52 weeks in a year to do that same job over and over again. Never ever be able to take a vacation to leave the country, go and lay out on some island, or even live in the community that they desire to live in, or drive the vehicle that they want to drive. Right? Don't be that person. Find what your purpose is and pursue it vigorously.